Hi and welcome to our IPL finale show, our last show of this IPL season, where we will look at the final and also talk about Sadda Punjab Kings, and what we need to do to win that IPL for the first time next season. In the panel today, we have Romit currently in Hyderabad, Rohan in Bangalore, and Pritham in Kolkata, who have joined us throughout the season, giving us their views. And I'll start with Rohan. A brilliant result for the IPL. MS Dhoni winning the IPL. Do you think he's going to retire now, or do you expect MS to come back in a yellow jersey next season?
I mean, the script, as you said, Paji, was brilliantly written for him. Destiny's Child, as MS was, as he himself said in the press conference. If he had retired, I don't think anybody would have blamed him for anything. But the love and affection he received throughout the country, wherever CSK traveled away games, like in Kolkata, be it in Mumbai, Bangalore, Delhi. I mean, you could see the craze for him, man. Everybody was just gun ho whenever he hit those big hits. Everything. I mean, it was vintage Mahi. So ideally, I can say if you're a CSK fan or even just a cricket lover, you are happy that someone like MS won it and maybe would have ended in this season. But the love he received, I think, may have just pushed him. I think you could see that resemblance to what Messi had. He won the World Cup. He was about to retire, but winning it, he may have felt at that moment, he maybe for the love of the fans, just to play on. But end of the day, it's his body that needs to be answerable to him, right? He had a dodgy knee. We just heard that there may be a operation or something that he may have to go ahead with. The CEO of CSK just confirmed those things. So you don't know how the surgery is going to happen, and next IPL is what, 9-10 months down the line. You don't know what's going to happen till then. He said he wants to play, but he's what, 42 now, right? 42, 43. So you don't know what's going to happen next year. I mean, if you're MS fan or CSK fan, you want to see him, but you also know that if he doesn't play, he can always go back and contribute to the younger generation players who look up to him. His knowledge sharing, all those things are I mean, priceless, man. You don't get that. You don't buy experience anywhere, right? Him molding
Absolutely.
the upcoming generations, that would be great to see MS doing a mentorship role to other players rather than just CSK players alone, man. That's what I want to see MS role in Indian cricket moving forward.
And that's the great way to finish that. Is definitely MS Dhoni has a place in cricket, whether it's on the field or off the field. I think the Indian BCCI need to give him that mentorship role, because I think he can become the next coach of India for a long time, and the players have that respect for him, and they have that that feeling for him, because he's been currently playing. Pritam, to you quickly, the stomping, that was just vintage Dhoni, and the captaincy of Dhoni was exceptional again on that final.
Absolutely, we have been habituated by seeing those stumpings in a flash. We don't know how many milliseconds you might say, and he is so quick to that. And it's Dhoni review system, as we all say. It's when Dhoni does the stumping and Jadeja asks him instead of the third umpire. He asks him, "Is that out?" And he nods his head, says it's out. And you know it's out. You don't need a third umpire for that. It's out. He's gone. Whether it's Shubman Gill, Virat Kohli, if Dhoni says he's out, he's gone. So we have seen that we will definitely miss someday or the down the line after hopefully one more year. If we hope we see them. All the CSK fans and some Dhoni lovers will definitely want to see them. But yes, as I'll continue with what Rohan said, it would have been a fantastic fairy tale if he would have retired, just like Messi could have also after the World Cup. But he said that love he's receiving outside Chennai, especially, is amazing, and he wants to give them a gift. And the best priceless thing for these great players is now what IPL has brought in the last 2 years, especially from the COVID period, is post match when the interviews happen and the players gather and have a chat. You will see it's like a student teacher conversation going on with so many youngsters around, and Dhoni giving a speech, because he's not available on the phone. The greats and greats have says that he's not available on the phone. Whatever time you have, greats like Sunil Gavaskar going to him chasing, and I need an autograph because I may not get any more in the future. So that's what happens. He's somewhat of an icon. And talking about Indian coach, with we hopefully want, and I think if Rohit cannot bring a trophy in this year or maximum to the next year, we will probably see Hardik Pandya taking over the captainship of India, and he would love to have Dhoni. as we all saw, Guru Shishya. So if Hardik Pandya becomes the captain of India, he will love having Dhoni as the head coach. But my question is it too early for Dhoni to take India? I think he will first look at yellow management, CSK first for a couple of years, and then he may consider. Because if you're a franchisee coach, you cannot be a coach of the country. So he has to choose between one. But I think it's too early for taking the coach of India. At least a couple of more years. But it's a huge year for Rohit Sharma. World Test Championship, ODI World Cup. He has to win at least one.
And talk about Rohit Sharma and a hero called Ambati Raidu. Rohit, somebody who you love with a lot of passion, 6 times a champion. And that cameo innings, nobody saw that come in. And that quick fire 20, that put CSK in this driving seat for that match. So what's your views on Ambati Raidu, Rohit?
See, Paji, I still remember when he was in Mumbai. I guess I don't remember. Maybe it was the match against KKR. It was around some 4 or 6 required from the last ball, and Ambati Raidu had hit a six. So from there, he had actually came into the limelight, winning a match. He with Pollard used to rock for us, like in the death overs. Ambati Raidu was brilliant back then, along with Pollard. And Hardik came afterwards. But whatever he has contributed for MI initially, and then coming to Chennai, he opened the innings, came at third, one like at three. So he has played a lot of batting positions. So definitely a very versatile player. I guess 2019 World Cup was a misfortune for him. He didn't get selected, but he had a good average during that year. So maybe he could have contributed well in the international side as well. So pretty feeling bad for him, but still in the domestic side and also if you consider IPL, he has done great job. I feel.
Yes, and to be fair, that's the thing, and he's left on a high. Whether we see MS come back, that's the question for 9 months' time. But I think, in my heart, I think he's going to come back. I think if he gets his operation sorted, I think he's got one more IPL in him, and then we'll see what happens. Let's talk about Punjab now. Obviously, that's why we're here with the Sadda Squad. Rohan, what went wrong for Punjab? Was it decision making? Was it selections? Or was it management? Was it captain? On your views, quickly, what was your views on Punjab?
Paji, if you remember, I think the first episode I told that the key red flag for Punjab would be the captaincy. Shikhar, we saw this season lots of decision making, as you said, where he could have gone for something else options. He messed it up royally. I mean, giving bowling to Harpreet Brar during the last over where he got smashed, or sometimes underutilization of also of Brar. Those things happened. Team selections where someone like a Sikandar Raza was benched in certain games where he could have contributed more than the other person who was selected, like a short or someone. Key decisions, I think that's where Punjab felt the grey area. I felt it was Shikhar Dhawan's captaincy and also the bowling. I mean, start of the season, I thought Punjab Kings had one of the best bowling attack, especially for the death overs. Someone like Arshdeep, yes, he picked up, I think, 17, 18 wickets, but he was damn expensive. I mean, that's not what you expect from a lead India bowler like a Harshdeep, who was enough experience in the IPL last 2 3 years. He has done well, and they had Rabada also was on and off. Every bowler I think they went to was way too expensive. The spinners, I mean Rahul Char being one of the senior bowlers, he wasn't wicket taking as such. Where you expect mid overs your spinner to be a wicket taker, he was going sometimes bit too frugal at times, defensive at times, but that wasn't required at all for senior bowler. He could have gone ahead, kept it a little more loopy or something, did some experiment. There was nothing happening in the bowling. I think biggest letdown for Punjab was their bowling attack. I felt leaked too many runs, 200 runs. I think one of the matches they got hit for 250 also, I guess, against Lucknow. I mean, that was very, very, very abysmal bowling, man. To be honest, if you're a Punjab Kings fan, I mean, I'm a pretty much a huge hardcore Punjab fans, but it was really bad to see the bowling display that was throughout this IPL was the bowling let down. And of course, a few other areas like the prop similar. I mean, to look at a positive, the home domestic batsmen did pretty well. Harpreet Singh Bhatia, who came back after I don't know 7 8 years, that was a little positive. I think unless he got a bit injured there, he couldn't play the last few matches. But Prop Simran was one a huge shining light for them. But really
And
disappointing.
Thaiday was
The
brilliant,
kind of
and Thaiday was brilliant, and also Jitesh was brilliant.
tie day, yeah.
Those were really positive. But as I
Jitesh,
said,
yeah.
as you said, coming into the IPL, Punjab Kings fans were worried about the batting, and suddenly the batting wasn't the problem, the bowling was. And even like a
Yeah.
player like Shah Rukh had done really well because he'd come in, done the job. Sikandar Raza had done the job. Pritham, to you quickly, I say we got an auction coming up in October. What changes do you think will happen for Punjab? Do you think they'll bring in some more foreign players? We have the budget, or what do you think they will do?
Absolutely. First, tell Tata bye bye to Matthew Short. You have done excellent contribution. You're not good enough in this franchise. I would see he's somebody who is only suiting conditions like Australia. He's good enough in Adelaide Strikers, but not good enough for Punjab Kings. Not good enough in Indian conditions. Secondly, the strong point on paper proved out to be the weakness. That is the bowling unit. You cannot pinpoint one person and say that he is the reason behind Punjab loss. It's all the 5 or 6 bowlers. One of the days they're having an off day. You're looking at Sam Curran now for Surrey. He's scoring runs, he's picking wickets on a flat oval track. What's the problem then? And you cannot pick wickets on conditions where if you take pace off ball, it's going to stick in the wicket and you may get out. So that's the thing. It could be anything. It could be the budget pressure. It could be the price tag of 16, 17 crores behind him.
Yeah.
Liam Livingston, not the expensive player. The batting was fantastic. Impressed me. Jitesh Sharma impressed me since last season. He was a very good player. I was surprised Bhatia was dropped since Dhawan was back. He played very well, especially at Wankhede. But Atharva Taide, he was impressive. I want to see more of Atharva Taide in the next season. If not in the opening, if Prab Simran takes that spot, number three, he is a proper number three batsman. And get off that Matthew Short, get a proper like to like replacement of Sam Curran. You do not have a like to like replacement of Sam Curran. If he
Yeah,
has an
and
off
I
day,
think that's one of the big things that they have to do is to get the backups ready to fill in for the
correct.
main players when they
They do
don't
not
perform.
have They do not have a backup of Sam Curran. They do not have a backup of Rahul Chahar. You wanted Mayank Markande a lot, I would say. You did not have a leg spinner backup. You do not have a backup of Arshdeep Singh. You let go Vaibhav Arora, another player you were mentioning a lot. He has impressed me. You didn't get proper captaincy backup. I wouldn't say a good enough captain, that is Nitish Rana. He did not back Vaibhav Arora. Still, he delivered. He delivered as much as he could. If he would have been under a better side who is fighting for a top four like Punjab Kings, he would have performed better under the conditions of Mohali, Dharamshala. He would have loved it. Though it's a small venue, it's a flat track going for 200, but he would have loved those conditions. Vaibhav Arora. So you need to have backups. You need to do your homeworks. I'm not asking you to be a scout person like Mumbai Indians does, but still, you need to have your backups. You have the budget, go to the auction table, have a proper pre-auctions and get your players. Most important for this Punjab side is going to be the picking of overseas after the top four. Like they have a set four players like Raza, Livingston, Rabada, Ellis, Sam Curran. These are my prime five overseas. What are the rest three? I cannot pick anybody I have left in my list. I have to have proper backups. That's what they mistake. And you cannot blame luck always. It's they themselves to blame.
Yeah, and I think that's what we got ourselves in a position. We had the perfect balance for Mohali. We never used it. We never used Rabad and Ellis together in Mohali. And Ellis was a find for us. I think that's one bowler I've been following for the last 2.5 years that is performing in every league. He's been performing in England, Australia, and now in India. So I think Ellis was a big find for us. And whether we get Johnny back or we release Johnny and then get a number 4 or number 5, that if Liam isn't fit, we've got another top quality batsman. And I think Barnuka is probably is one that we might have to let go as well. So there's plenty of work to do in the auctions. One final question before we wrap up. Rohan, changing captaincy, yes or no?
I think so possibly yes, because he didn't deliver as much as the experience he had. I mean, he's such a jovial guy. He had a good rapport with Indian youngsters. Everything we saw in the reels and stuff that they did. But end of the day, on-field performance matters. And with a good team he had, I don't think he made the optimum use of the resources that he had. So possibly yes.
Yes, from Rowan. And Pritam, finally to you. Change in the management, fielding coach, batting coach, any coach, do you think there will be a change in the backroom
I
staff for Punjab Kings?
I would say you need to bring in young blood, young coaches, not because Trevor Bayliss is there. I think they are good attacking management, but still you need some changes. If not in the management, I would want Shikhar Dhawan to be taken off the captaincy because he hasn't performed as per the expectation with the bat as well. But I don't think so. Punjab will let him go until unless he's released, because you don't want an overseas captain, and just like Warner is, an overseas captain confirms one spot in your playing 11. An Indian player can be replaced. So I think if Dhawan isn't released, which is not going to be a possibility, I think he's going to keep the captaincy. But he did not impress me at all.
So there could be changes. We are due to changes, but like I like to wrap up on this show and to say thank you to all the Sadda Squad members on the Instagram, on the YouTube, on the Twitter, and also the other social media. You've been a massive strength to us during the season. You know, our viewerships have grown. Thank you to every member of the panel who have contributed to the shows as well. And like, we are super excited. The show does not stop here. We will cover some other topics about Punjab Kings and stuff that will come in the future. So we'll carry on the momentum. We'll cover the auction, and then we'll be here for next year. Hopefully, we've got the right team, the right balance, and be challenging for the IPL next year. So it's me, Sandeep Baji, over and out for this season. Join us soon for other podcasts. Thank you again once for your support. Sadda Punjab, Jazba Hai Punjabi. Let's bring it home next year, guys. Thank you so much.